G'day cocktail lovers, how are you? Hope you're keeping well. I don't know where you are in the world, when you might be watching this, but when I am making this, I've got the rather unfortunate news that my hometown here, Melbourne, Australia, is going back into lockdown because we are getting a spike in COVID cases, more than we've had since the pandemic first started. And that's like, getting well over 100 cases in a day. And some people in the rest of the world will be going, what now? Why is that bad? Like places in the US getting thousands of new cases in a day. And we're concerned because we're getting hundreds, because this is right on the cusp of being out of control. Those places in the world where they're getting those thousands of cases, it's out of control. You're kind of fucked, honestly. Not a pleasant thought to think what the next couple of months is going to bring to some parts of the world. Hopefully here, because we are doing the lockdown, it's going to be okay. But I need a cocktail to cheer up. I need a cocktail to cheer up, possibly several, but I'm going to share one with you right now. And I found a fun anniversary to base this one on. If I was to say Roswell, New Mexico to you, what would you think? If you're from the Western world, you're most likely going to think about aliens, crashed spaceships, Area 51, maybe even alien autopsies. Because on July the 8th in 1947, it was first publicly reported that there was some debris, which the military has explained was a type of observation balloon. Initially they said weather balloon. Apparently it was a secret part of the nuclear program. But someone found pieces and thought, oh, maybe it's an alien spacecraft. And the military said, it honestly isn't. And people went, oh, okay. So this was like in 1947. Interest died off almost straight away because I guess there was a slightly limited supply of idiots, and people didn't really latch onto it. They were excited for a while, thought, oh, aliens! And they thought, oh no, okay. And then for reasons that are largely unfathomable, some 30 years later, the idea became popular again. The late 70s and into the 80s, there was a real surge from ufologists about, oh no, what happened at Roswell? That was big, man. It was aliens. It was aliens. I don't want to rain on anyone's parade, but with the level of saturation surveillance we have now, if aliens were visiting us, we'd have really incontrovertible evidence. And yes, the US Air Force did release some recordings earlier this year saying these are genuine UFOs in the sense that we don't know what is recorded here, literally just meaning it was an unidentified flying object. It does not mean it was aliens. As I said, personal view, I'm not going to rain on anyone's parade. If you want to think we're being visited by aliens, I think it's a bunch of crap. It's because we would have really incontrovertible evidence if it was true. But I don't want to rain on your parade. You would do the Fox Mulder, I want to believe. I'll let you have that, honestly. It's not the most dangerous thing in the world to believe in. But I thought there's got to be Roswell cocktails, right? People have got to have made a cocktail and called it a Roswell. And I did find several, it was unsurprising. And I found some other alien-themed cocktails. One with a really unpleasant name of Alien Secretion, apparently dating back to the 80s. Classy. I'm going to adapt some of these recipes, and I have the perfect base for it. Oh, I've just been waiting to bring this one out. Oh, my outer space of vodka. And yes, I absolutely admit I got this just for the bottle. But it was on special, so it was only slightly more expensive than comparable vodkas. So I paid a bit extra for the bottle. I'm going to be keeping the bottle when the vodka's gone as a decanter. I'm quite fond of it. And it's actually quite a pleasant drinking vodka. Some vodkas are really harsh. This one is actually quite smooth to drink. So I am going to use this as the base for my Roswell, New Mexico cocktail. And starting off, it's going to be 2 ounces of vodka going into the cocktail. Two of the ingredients that were consistent across a lot of the recipes were coconut rum liqueur and pineapple juice. So I've got them in my version. Going to put in 1 ounce, 30 mils of coconut rum liqueur. I'm also adding 3 ounces of pineapple juice. Keeping with the UFO theme, this is my unidentified, well, it's not really flying, it's my unidentified ingredient, although I'm identifying it to you. Namely, it's not in the other recipes, but I'm going to try and make this go green. Some of them suggested things like a green melon liqueur or even creme de menthe to make the drink green. They're both gross, I don't have them here. But with the yellow of the pineapple juice and my blue absinthe, and I'm just putting half an ounce in because it's quite a strong flavour, just 15 mils, and I'm going to see, hopefully, this is going to give the drink a nice green alien tinge. All of that in a shaker with ice. I'm going to shake that for about 10 to 15 seconds. There's a fair bit of volume in this drink, so I want a pretty large glass for it. I'm going with my cut glass tiki goblet, and it's even, it's a nice theme of a pseudo-alien face. Just going to strain that with the Hawthorne strainer over a nice big chunk of ice. Oh, this turned out better, at least greener, than I was even hoping. That's a wonderful green alien colour. Well, I will specify, although the alien vodka is in a green bottle, it's a clear vodka, it's not a coloured vodka. So that has come out a spectacular alien green colour. Just remains to, what does it taste like? Whew. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm glad I only added the 15 mils of absinthe because it's there, but it isn't overpowering everything. The volume of pineapple juice in it is really what's holding its own against the absinthe, I think. If you had a sweet tooth, you might want to add something sweeter. I mean, it's got the pineapple juice. I think the coconut liqueur is fairly sweet as well. But the absinthe, and admittedly, not many people are going to have that blue absinthe, so you may well use something like blue curacao, which is much sweeter, and then you wouldn't worry about adding the any sort of sugar syrup to it. Or, yeah, something green as well, as I was saying before, like a green creme de menthe or melon liqueur. Either way, you should have it your own way. I happen to be quite fond of the flavour of absinthe, so I'm happy with this. A couple of these, you would be seeing some little green men running around. Whew, that's not bad at all. Not a bad drop to commemorate the Roswell incident some 70 odd years later, and we still don't have any conclusive evidence of aliens. Doesn't stop people thinking about it, wanting it to happen, and as I said, I think that is one of the less harmful, fanciful notions that people have. So I don't really want to rain on anyone's parade who's a big believer in visits from aliens. You do you, and maybe do a Roswell on the anniversary or some other day. You want to see some little green men. Cheers.